Good morning, my friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Making sure the audio sounds all right. All right. How are we, friends? How are we? Hope everybody is doing good today. Joey, brother, how are you? Great to see you, my dude. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day so far. McDeegs. What up, McDeegs? Let's start taking a look at the market here and start seeing, all right, what can we eye out for the day? Not a whole lot of levels in the immediate area to use. Gonna have to go towards some overnight highs and lows here. The broader target on the NASDAQ I'm still looking at is this up here. 5258.5s. Good morning, R-Thug. Good morning, Snipe, my brother. Miss having you on here, bro. It's good to see you. Alex, don't worry. That's part of life, my bro. That is a normal part of life. It's never fun, and I'm sorry that it happened to you, but don't let it beat you up too much. It's definitely not too crazy. Hopefully it's not going too far without you. Morning, Karma. How we doing, brother? Morning, Joe. How we doing? J Pal, brother. That is a nice move from Meta. So don't get me wrong. I definitely understand the FOMO, but try to limit it as much as you can. Don't beat yourself up. Mike, what is good, my dude? How are you doing? Yes, sir. Looking for a potential banger today. Also aware that the market moved a lot yesterday, and we caught that. So I'm also kind of like aware that, you know, we could end up going sideways today, and that wouldn't be super shocking. Looks like this is... I would feel like we tried to make a run towards this high here, but we'll see. These are unfortunately the only levels we have in the area. That plus upside targets at 258. Gold swings are still absolutely a top watch. I'm going to try and enter a debit spread today. I'm kind of pissed at myself for not entering a debit spread yesterday, but I want to enter a February debit spread for all-time highs. I think I can get a contract around... I think I can get a contract around $1.10 to risk to make $4. And that would kind of be like just playing into this all-time highs here. So I'm watching that today on gold. Oh, my friends. Anything that you all are watching specifically today? Google has been ripping. Don't know how far Google goes without any sort of pullback, but right now it seems like pretty damn far. I shredded it on Friday with the 300 strike calls, and I missed that. Good morning, SpongeBob. Morning, Matthew. Joint time already. Bro's trying to get me fired, dude. You trying to get me fired? So I heard about that rule, Mike. Initially, I wasn't a super fan of it because mainly I don't like the way that they snuck it in. They announced no activation fees, then they kind of snuck that in. However, I did some deeper digging. You basically need to have $1 of profit between payouts, is kind of what that is now saying. So I thought it was a bigger deal at first than it is. I think it's not the end of the world. Because like being profitable by $1 between payouts doesn't I feel like makes. I thought it was a little bit different in structure. I don't think it's that end of the world. Nvidia does look weak today on a gap under green here. Oh man, AMD leaps, I can already feel those getting violated. Oh god, yeah. I'm really looking at coin as much as I need to get off the coin crack pipe. I think that coin can revisit this previous support area around 300. Not today, but just over the next few weeks. And if that happens, L could run towards like 30, and that's kind of the swing trade that I'm looking at right now. What up, Caleb? Kenya in the house. Appreciate you tuning in, my brother. That's awesome. I fucking love that. Oh yeah, AMD right now. That AMD leaps feel like they're getting smoked right now, bro. I don't. The Aquello, I'm like a streaming free agent in the meantime. Not really, because WAP is my stream home. However, WAP is fixing some issues. There's a few things I want them to fix. Picture-in-picture being the main one. And Kick I was really excited to use for a little while, but then they denied my verification after people like you subscribed, and I was like, that's annoying. So out of you know what one might consider pettiness, I'm retrying YouTube. Kick was great, but I want to be able to go back with them and be like, hey guys, this is what happens when you don't verify me, you know. Under my eyes are just eye patches. They help reduce the bagginess of your eyes. And they make you look less stoned. Which I am not currently stoned. But... Alright, let's see. Petty gang for life. Is gold trading with different prices on Thinkorswim versus TradingView right now? Oh my god, the contracts have moved already. TradingView just pivoted. Oh my god, I'm so over that. Oh, I really hate that. Wouldn't mind a small gold pullback today that we can kind of try and buy. Not sure if we'll get it, but that's what I'm eyeing. Yeah, I'm seeing that for GLD, but the GC contracts are moving a bit different. NQ feeling pretty sloppy and heavy to start the day. Yeah, I'd agree. Sorry, I missed that message earlier, but McDee's, let's say you've built up like a 50K balance and you can only take out 5K at a time. Then, in theory, in the past, you would just like flip days even if you do this, yeah. Bro, I thought you were already up for the year. What's the story? I thought you might be up for the year by now, bro. What are you talking about? It's been a great trading year. Is that what you're referencing? Alright, give me 1 second. I need to try and update the website. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, I have to be willing to try some music. Yeah, so I think the first thing of the NQ is how low can we go? Do we take out this overnight low and then kind of where from there? An inside bar day would make a lot of sense, though. That's why I remember Karma earlier was like, let's catch a banger today. And it's not that I don't want to catch a banger. It's just the market moved a lot yesterday. And when the market moves a lot one day, next day, oftentimes, you see a lot of consolidation. Caleb, you still haven't responded. I don't really understand what you're asking. It's been a great trading year. You say, I thought you might be up for the year by now, bro. Bro, comma, I thought you were already up for the year. What's the story? I don't understand what you're asking. Why am I still trading if I've made money this year? That feels obvious. I'm trading because it's my job. Like, this is my career. Life's actually going great right now, yeah. I've been a fan of Meta for a long time. I think that they're a fantastic company to own during this AI run. It's probably feels like this looks like a good spot for a swing low, fills the gap, pivots. It just will probably need some more consolidation. It's already up $10 on the day, so I'm not interested in day trading it today. I didn't think he was referring to that, Jeff, because he just it doesn't. I don't even think I've mentioned that today. Caleb, if you could clarify what exactly you're asking, they would probably save some headache in the chat. That's nice of you, Henry. I love you. I'm going to Puerto Rico, Joe. This song always makes me feel like the first day of fucking college. Sorry, I'm trying to update the Tools RT site, but it's giving me some issues. All right, there we go. When do you end your trading year? Like the week before Christmas, usually? Yeah, I'm not still trading because I'm trying to go green on the year, if that's what you're implying, Caleb. I've made lots of money this year. We're past that point. It's now about the degree of how green. You know, will I make an extra XX? Will I lose an extra XX? My risk is pretty small, but I've heard some Forex traders do that. They don't trade December and all that. I mean, I do. I don't know. Maybe those guys aren't addicted to trading like I am. But I won't be trading the week of like Christmas. There's a week at home during Christmas and New Year's. I won't be trading for that. No, I don't like that narrative. I like to trade. But I'm addicted to trading, you know? No, not yet, Alex. Was very close in 2023, and then it faded towards the end because I tried to push it. But no, not yet. That'll come though. I thought you ended earlier for the holiday break. No. I like to. I mean, dude, trading is super like my passion, my love for the game. You know, so I'm not. I like trading in December. Also, the market usually goes up in December. I like trading when the market usually goes up. You know. No, 2023 and 2020, every year has a little bit of differences, but in the grand scheme of things, they're all every year is relatively the same by the end. Like earlier this year had some more intense downtrend stuff with the tariff stuff. I don't think 2023 had much of that, but they're all pretty similar. Throughout the years, trading all starts to blend together pretty well. The YM is in some multi-day consolidation. YM with a strong trend above here. And I could see it. Multiple inside bar days. Could use one more inside bar, but I'm not opposed to it. We all try to make $1 million on Top Step and just stick it to him. I ain't mad about that idea. Caleb, I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with you. I feel like I get a good amount of natural rest built in through 3-day weekends and stuff. But I'm just as a heads up, I have in December, you know, probably the 22nd through the there's like a 2-week stretch. The 22nd through the 2nd of January is pretty light, probably pretty light trading, if anything, you know. So I definitely agree with you. I love Oasis. I love Oasis. Good morning, Mr. J-Dot, brother man. Please excuse me, I have to blow my nose. I'm listening to the stream in my ear, so every time I speak, about 2 seconds later, I hear myself, so it's about 2 seconds, so there's not much of a delay. Don't think you can really get past that 2-second delay. Yeah, dude, LZ, I was able to. Yesterday was actually a fantastic trade. I highly recommend rewatching the stream. It's still on YouTube. We took, I mean, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but what I believe to be the best entry of the day. It ran to 9R by the end of the day. We took the 2-minute buy right here. So we went long above that bar's high with a stop under this bar's low. I did sell very early. I took a lot of profit on this first pop, but it was a really great trade. Great one, though. Great one, though. Appreciate you, gang. Appreciate you watching and tuning in. I love London. I could absolutely see myself living in London for sure. What's the tax situation like, though? Man, I would love to come to Kenya one day, and I plan to. I plan to explore a whole lot of the world. Yeah, bro, the UK, exactly. Catch that, man. I don't mind the idea of buying the RTY off the former day high here. Yeah, KJ, I'd be fine, bro. 500K, 0% capital gains is just fine, brother, man. Lived in London for 5 years as a Canadian, and the taxes are just as high. Well, turns out it looks like I'm never living in London. $10 bajillion is the only answer. UK does have wicked drum and bass, though, I know, and I'd love to come visit. My trade plan for today is watch and react. The only level, real level that I have in the area is all the way up here at 25258. I believe that there's a really good chance we end up with some sort of range day between these areas today. So I want to watch and see how we react on the NASDAQ. I actually think the RTY looks better than the NASDAQ, and the RTY is what I'll be watching for day trades. NQ, I think NQ had a really big trend yesterday, and we caught the what I believe to be the best trade of the day yesterday. The stream, the trade from yesterday's stream was truly picture perfect, and you oftentimes don't find trades like that 2 days in a row because the market goes from a trend to a range, and now I feel like we are in a bit more of a range. So until the market proves to me that it's not going to range, I'll be very patient. I am eyeing the YM as well. Alright, that song is too depressing. It's a great song, but we can't have that for right now. I can't say I've ever traded the 10 or 20 minutes, so I don't think. I mean, candles are the same on all time frames, so I don't think you would have any issues. But I can't speak from personal experience, unfortunately. But I mean, again, based on the rules of how I trade and how charts move, you should be fine. All right, my friends, we have 4 minutes till market open. Yeah, that makes sense. I like I like the anything that's a higher time frame. I'm a big fan of. So using the 10-minute or 20-minute makes sense to me. Just a big higher time frame guy. That ain't me the most. Oh yeah, I hate you too. Oh, McDeegs, I wish I had an answer for you there, but I have zero clue if energy prices will come down. I feel like I am the wrong dude to ask on that one. I don't even know what the peace plan is. Get logged in here, do an email. So I found out, I thought the alpha accounts were passing one day. They're not. So I made double what I needed to make on them yesterday, which means I need to make double on those again today. So that's, guys, that's what we call user operator error, okay? When you're not fully aware of the prop firm rules that you are using and you commit a user operator error. So I needed to make $12,000 to pass the alpha advanced accounts. And I made $12,000 in one day. Turns out it has to be multiple days because they're, yeah. So now I need to make another $12,000, which just is unnecessary. You know. We are vibing on gold. I wouldn't mind a pullback into an area we can buy, maybe overnight lows and stuff, but definitely gold is a heavy watch. All right, my friends, we are live. This 4 chart thing might be a little too much, but I'd like to be able to watch them all if I can. Very interested in the RTY. I don't know if it goes straight for that overnight high, but meta harsh pullback, which makes sense out of the gate. And Q coming down into the overnight low. We have the YM with a breakout here. So, all right, I mean, if you look back at the trade we had a couple weeks ago on the YM, it was kind of a similar setup. So now we'll wait for a 1, 2, 3 or a pullback to the level on the YM. Very nice move in the YM so far. Same with the RTY. All right, well, the YM is now very strongly trending, so we're going to look for a 5-minute bar close like this. Very similar to a trade we took on the YM last week. We're going to wait for a 5-minute close. Ideally, something that comes back towards the level and up and away. YM is off the screen. KJ, deep breath, bro. Stop asking Ron to send you stuff that they send in backside. I'm watching this whole conversation take place, all right? Deep breaths. They sent me the same thing. No, I know. It's just when you go back and forth a bunch of times, it's like... All right, let's see if the YM can get a pullback here. RTY also strong. I was considering taking a pre-market entry in there, but pre-market entries have been have had their ups and downs lately. Happy with the gold pullback so far. I'd like to see it come down here. Maybe do something a little bit more doable. Do you think being a trend trader and mean reversion, it's only trading one market is easier, or find the market that fits the trending? Or all candles actually act the same, so any market will usually have trending and mean reversion type of setups. I'm a fan of giving yourself more than one market to trade. I think people sometimes limit themselves, but that's just my take. If you crush it trading the ES every day and every time you trade something else you screw it up, logic says it does make sense to keep trading the ES. You know what I mean? That being said, I am a natural fan of trading, leaving your options open to trade the other indices. Wow, YM is not going to give us any entry, huh? Even if the NQ does offer something, I'm going to wait for it to chop around for like 20, 30 minutes. This is pretty weak, so if the NQ is going to eventually catch up with the other indices, I want to see it go sideways a bit. What a great song Sound and Color is. Apple with some strength. You love to see it for the long-term portfolio. Not sure if there's a day trade in there yet that it hasn't already happened. Would need some consolidation. NQ is very weak though. Need to see if we can get ourselves some viable pullbacks in here. So far, it looks like everything is going straight up. Have not seen a viable pullback. AVGO has been very strong lately. UNH, someone mentioned that earlier too. Seeing a strong trend in the first 10 minutes of the day. GC coming down into here, yep. Only thing is, I don't mind GC resting for the day, you know. I'm a big proponent of the day after something has a strong trend, I almost expect it to have a rest. NQ getting weaker underneath the overnight low. Let's look for that to fail. So I'd like NQ to fail that spike under the low of day and then start to go sideways more, and then that would potentially signal a sign to me. I see what you're looking at on this gold up here. I am gonna watch the gold calls. Just watching though, no rush. Tempted to try the gold on this 2-minute trigger. Oh. Where are the options at? Good patience so far, my friends. Nice work on NVIDIA. This is pretty harsh action so far. Not looking like a pullback you want to try and buy. Alright, on this gold failure, I'm intrigued. If we spike lower, the risk is low into... Still fighting a downtrend now. I'm just thinking maybe range day. This does not look like a pullback you want to buy at the moment. YM level is actually 15. And Q looking weaker and weaker. Giving back all of yesterday's gains so far. RTY back into the opening print here, but I'm not so sure that's going to hold. Meta is absolutely holding its strength here. Meta is definitely a relative strength watch. That's an excellent call out, Yuri. All right. Also, the YM is tapping the level. That's tempting to try just for low risk. I mean, it's 200 points back into high a day. Russell's holding a little bit as well. Just don't like the 15-minute on the YM. I really like meta. I just don't know how to go about trading it. Good patience, avoiding YM, RTY, strong fades. I mean, that's a really ugly looking bar so far on the NASDAQ. Hey, I'll tell you this, my friends. If you haven't taken a loss trying to buy the dip today, you're doing a better job than most out there. Be proud of that. However, that being said, I do wish I cut the short. Although it wasn't really in my cards today. I would have wanted a daily candle to I wanted basically a daily sell, right? So a daily candle that closes like this and then say tomorrow we short under that bar's low. That would have been more ideal, my more ideal trade setup. So I don't have much FOMO from this move down because I was expecting a range day and I didn't necessarily think that we'd move down a couple hundred points like this. So no FOMO for me. No FOMO-cita. Yeah, Stammer. And the thing is, if we just wait for those moments, they will come. They 100% will. I'm intrigued by the RTY off former day high here. Wow, RTY not really even giving a chance to enter. My God. All right, let's get a small pullback to the opening print, and I'll go in. That's a strong bounce. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that opening print pullback, but that's what I'm watching right now, and I'm going to be pretty strict on requiring that. Do you sell seed phases through the Seed 4KI project? Brother, that sounds like a lig my nuts scam if I have ever heard one. And I will say, my nuts at the moment are ripe for some help. So if you are out there and interested, then, I mean, just tell me straight up. You don't have to go out there proposing projects and stuff. All right, RTY, come on. I also like YM off this, but RTY is better because it was getting back over the opening print, while YM is still technically underneath it. I have tried sativa before a trading session. I don't know if it makes a giant difference for me no matter what. This one's very aggressive, but good morning. Good morning, Manuel. Market has not offered entries on. It's been fast moving today, man. Like, look at that RTY. You had to. Woo. Nice work. Trade Thib, 100 points on NQ, and hell yeah, trading micros. Great work. I will share my YouTube playlist in the chat right now. Or Spotify playlist. Apologies, my friends. I have not traded enough on Apex to be banned. I actually haven't traded on Apex at all. You got it. The only discount that My Funded Futures is offering right now is on the pro accounts. And you have to select the option for 1 day to pass. Otherwise, My Funded Futures at the moment does not have anything on discount. No, J-Dot, the Rapids shouldn't have any consistency on eval. I believe it's the Legacy only that have them on eval. Because Rapids, I think the whole idea is the name is you could pass it in 1 day. Jake, thanks for pointing out the RTY this morning. Made my goal and calling it a day. Taking my kid to putt-putt. Bro, that is arguably the greatest message I've ever seen. Now I really want to go play putt-putt. That's incredible. I hope you have an awesome day, bro. That's awesome. And shout out Santi in the trading floor. He put me on it as well. Bash made half the monthly salary today. Let's go. Jonas making money on Meta. All right. Hell yeah, gang. Well, I haven't taken a trade much today. My man, there's a bar in Lower East Side called Clandestino. Their Guinness are great. I had a couple of them yesterday. Wow, that's music to my ears. Bro, I'm gonna go check that out. Wow. Oh, little cocktail bar? Fuck yeah, bro. Wow, NQ with the rally back into that overnight low and then an aggressive sell side. Yeah, I have learned that I do want to yak after 4 or 5 Guinnesses. That happened. So I've now I count myself at like 3 or 4. Well, 5 depending if it's enough time. I also want to say thank you for the RTY trade. Bought the dip, caught 260%. Wow, great work, man. I am living vicariously through all of you right now. Yeah, Stammer, I didn't feel comfortable with any ATOs today, just with how I would have felt better about an ATO yesterday. But ATOs I didn't feel great about today with how the NQ was opening. Is this meta offering the pullback off the opening print that we could potentially buy? I'm going to try some meta calls here. This song is called Victory Lap by Fred again. Meta already up 10%. And Meta now already up 20%. I only hold Bitcoin as long-term crypto. This is my Meta trade here. Why does Seed 4KI project buy seed phrases? I don't know, but earlier they bought the phrase Ligma balls off me and they paid a premium price. Yeah, dog, if you're interested in joining that group, you can just ask, bro. I'll take profit on Meta like at the moon or so. I'm just kidding. High of day, I'll look to reduce risk depending on where the contracts are at. But this 15-minute chart looks, I mean, I think I just had a mini orgasm looking at this 15-minute chart, if we're being very blunt. If Meta gets back under the opening print, it'll be out for a loss. Not interested in a 20% winner here. I'm aiming for... I mean, this is a 15-minute chart that looks great, right? I'm in no rush to get out of this position. Met a little pullback here. Let's see how we hold this. Again, just I'm playing off the opening print here. Arma, of course I remember you, brother. You made that 200 for the payout. Let's go. First one from Tradeify, if I remember correctly, you said? Dude, I'm so stoked for you. That's so awesome, bro. Spend it in good health. Don't YOLO it. Don't reinvest it into challenges right away. Just savor that shit for a little bit. Or you earned it. You know what I mean? Why is there temptation for me to try? NQ's the weakest one. I ain't doing that. Meta giving entries to anyone who missed them. All bias asides, bro. I'm a My Funded Futures guy at the moment. Through and through. I just think that they have two main offerings right now. The core plans, which are just so cheap and so good for beginners that it's hard to argue with. And then the pro accounts are like, there's no accounts like them that have as much freedom otherwise in the space. So right now, My Funded Futures is hard to beat, but I am a consumer. If another prop firm has a better offering, I will immediately jump ship. Right now, I think they're my favorite offerings, the core accounts and the pro accounts. Yeah, the core accounts are definitely the like. The pro accounts are meant for if you're really trying to aim for like that max payout. If you're not trying to aim for the max payout, you don't need to use the pro accounts. That's what you're paying for. You know what I mean? Funding ticks, I just haven't used them, so I can't give you insight that would be super valuable to you because I haven't used them. Hi, just logged on from watching from the UK. Hello, mate. That's not the UK. Sorry, just pretend I didn't do that, okay? But excited to have you. I trade a basic price action strategy. There's more to it in the sense that I could just explain in like half a sentence. But basically, I like to trade with the trend. I like to long potential higher lows, and I use all time frames. I'm a time frame addict, so time frames are super valuable to me. Right now, for example, you are seeing one time frame on the screen, but I'm actually watching about 20 of them on another screen over here because I think time frames are very important. Another banger. Everybody wants to rule the world. Absolute banger, bro. Meta pulling back into the opening print here. This will be the deciding spot of whether or not this trade works out or not. I feel pretty good about it though. No, I've never watched Al Brooks's videos. Lekka, I appreciate you so much. My parents are in the Bay Area, and that, yeah, I will 100% be back there for meetup, so stay tuned for sure. A signal bar is the candle that you use to determine your entry and your stop loss. It's honestly, it would be a lot to explain in a 10-second little clip here. That I would recommend checking out the book for if you haven't read it. I will definitely do a Puerto Rico meetup for shows. There's a book called Reading Price Charts Bar by Bar by Al Brooks. I don't think you need to read all of it. In fact, I skipped most of what he talks about trend lines for. But I think the book is very valuable for learning about a concept known as signal bars. Pops is doing good, bro. I appreciate you, Omar. He's on they're in New York, or on their way. They're not here yet, but they get here later tonight. So I'm super grateful for you checking in on him. The book is super heavy. My focus on the rules that he kind of talks about. I ignore his trend line stuff. I very much cherry picked the important useful information in there. All right, this meta is looking pretty good at the moment. Nice reactions from the opening print. We want to see this area hold. Pretty clear stops under these lows. We'll do an LA meetup for sure. Is another one for sure. It's just going to be smaller scale next time, I think. Yeah, I'm in a meta position at the moment. It's on the screen. I guess it wasn't for that episode. Pretty small position for me. Very small position for me, but holiday trading, going through the motions a little bit. We fade under the opening print, I'll bail. Otherwise, I'm all right with the risk. Let's see what gold looks like. It's range bound still. Yeah, I don't think there's much to do here yet. Gold moved a lot yesterday. Anytime something has a strong trend like that yesterday, the proclivity for it to be choppy today is higher. So I've avoided gold like the plague today because I think it was going to be choppy, and so far it has been. Anytime something has a really strong trend one day, the next day a range is more likely. Yeah, the current position was, when I took it right here, was a higher low off of the opening print. So I like to trade with the trend. Meta's had some extreme relative strength on the day. So you go compare it to any other tech name out there. Like, for example, I'll put up side by side NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA has sold off really aggressively from its opening print. It's in a very clear downtrend on the day. Right? Downtrend, 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 downtrend. Never got a retest of the opening print, though. Meta is showing strength, right? While the market has sold off lower, Meta has actually held and tried to move higher pretty consistently, right? And right now, we're just battling holding the opening print. So if this trade fails, we'll lose the opening print and kind of go sideways or sell off, and that's when I'll lose. But if Meta can hold its trend and hold its relative strength, then I can find a nice trade without much risk. I mean, these options are holding up very well. My risk on them is, I mean, even you add an extra 10 cents on slippage, 33% on these when the high of day is 80% return is very good risk to reward. This song is featured as a very heavy, prevalent song in Stranger Things, Season 2 and Season 1, and that comes out tomorrow. I am so excited about that, my friends. The fact that that comes out tomorrow is crazy. Meta so far with a solid hold of the OP. RTY putting in what appears to be a trend bar. Bro, tomorrow like 8 p.m. Wild, dog. Meta, nice higher lows here. After trading today, Jake is hanging out with his parents. And I got to get in the gym, bro. I skipped the gym yesterday. Straight up, I just skipped it. And he's got to hear from his goddamn real estate agent. Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble. And if I stay, it will be double. Danny, I'll throw you off the bridge, bro. Not Dan Z, the Danny. Danny had to get there. I love Stranger Things so much because I really respect when shows are written with extreme intention from the beginning and when they get better as the show progresses. So most TV shows don't get better. They get worse as the seasons go on. The quality drops off. And you can tell that because the storylines were really never meant to be what they were. I don't feel that way about Stranger Things. It actually gets better towards the end. I loved Ozark, but I hated the Ozark ending. I thought the Ozark ending was so bad. Yeah, Mr. Robot, that's why it's my favorite show of all time. Because it's one of the only show evers that got a lot better after, like, as it progressed, it got so much better. And I love Mr. Robot for that. I actually have not watched Succession yet. It's very high on my list. Very, very high on my list. Boardwalk Empire is great. Great one. Meadows looking nice here. Mr. Robot does go dark, bro. Yeah. Although some could argue that Mr. Robot was always dark. You know what I mean? This meta trade is starting to pop out. Oh, The Wire, bro. The Wire is one of the only shows that holds its weight as the years go on. It's so good, bro. Okay, see, season 2, bro. Season 2 is amazing on a rewatch, I think. And also, season 2 is great for like a deeper understanding. Like, it was needed. It was really needed. Season 2 for me is such a like important. Dude, okay, hold on. Let me get a joint while we do this. Hold on. Oh, there's no lighter in here? Are you fucking kidding me? Got 1,000 lighters in this household. You don't have one in my office? All right, so here are the things, my friends. Like, here's the thing. Season 2 of most shows is not going to be great off the bat. Like, season 2 is inherently a character development season, right? Because season 1 has to draw your attention. In any good show, this is the way it works. Season one has to draw your attention and get you hooked and into it, right? Then season 2 has to set up, if it's a good show, seasons 3 and 4. If it doesn't, then the show has failed, right? And so in order to have a good season 3 and 4, you're likely going to need to introduce some new characters. You're likely going to need to introduce some new storylines, and that's going to bring the pace down from season 1. Look at all great seasons, all great shows. Mr. Robot, season 1, amazing. Season 2, kind of confusing at first. Better on a rewatch. The Wire, season 1, hits you like a train of bricks. Season 2, comes and you're like, wait, what? But if you don't get that development about the port, then the rest of the show isn't the same, right? If you don't learn about the Greek, like all of that, like without those details, the show cannot be the same. Like Stranger Things, I think season 2 is by far the weakest season of that show. By a million miles, season 2 is the weakest of Stranger Things. 5 seasons. And it is hands down the weakest. However, it is so necessary for the character development because you need to understand how Will is being used as a spy. Like, I think that in the newest season of Stranger Things that comes out tomorrow, I think the most important season to rewatch before that is actually not season 4, it's actually season 2. Because that's when you get to see Will and how he's used as a spy, and that's what I think is good. Season 2 is, my friend, traditionally not... If a season 2 has great character depth, but is slow on a storyline, that is a good sign for the rest of the show, and I will die on that hill. I go deep, my friends. I'm an expert when it comes to television shows. Is that a good thing? I mean, that's neither here nor there. You know I'm such a fool for you. Okay, I don't think Will's gonna take a lot. Is Will capable of taking 11 out? I like that. I like the hypothesis, but come on now. Metatrade going smoothly so far. The options have decayed a wee bit, but it's working out pretty well. Josser, you use the clean chart for your trades. Do you not like indicators or trend lines? Nope. Just price action. Morning, Jaw. Zombie by the Cranberries? I don't think Zombie's on my list. Not that I'm opposed to it, though. All right, Meta. We really want you to hold up. Someone asked earlier about how the Lucid accounts were going. I've traded 2 accounts with Lucid. I had a good couple of days in them, and I think it was last week on the day I traded gold and made a bunch of actual money that I lost those 2. So I'm 0 for 2 on Lucid. I forgot that somebody asked me that earlier. I didn't want to make it seem like I skipped over it. I just missed it in the moment, and then, yeah. Trying to get back in my rhythm on the props, dude. It is a really different ball game, you know, so I'm just trying to find some rhythm and flow. I appreciate you, Jaw. I do like Lucid. I had an incredible experience with them so far. The test accounts are actually really well priced, and you can get them passed like same day. So I wouldn't hesitate to try a test account first. Save yourself some cash versus the S2F. But I do like straight to funded. I did a run on straight to funded Tradeifys earlier this year and made, I think I got like 9 grand, and then I think I got a $20,000 live account, something in that realm. And Lucid would set you up similarly. I like the S2Fs, yeah. But I would say the Lucid test accounts are cheap, and dude, you can get a good payout from those. So I wouldn't, if you feel comfortable passing an eval, I wouldn't avoid the Lucid test ones. Or I wouldn't like block them off, you know what I mean? I am not super a fan of a SPY put right now. We are back at the opening prints. If you really want to short the SPY, just use this rule. Tell yourself you're not going to do it unless we get under the opening print and then a retest from underneath. That way you can confirm that you're trading with the downtrend. Otherwise, until this happens on the SPY, I'd probably skip the puts, personally. Mac Miller, I know it just came on, but he does get me literally copyright blocked instantly. $30-minute looks good. Yeah, that 1, 2, 3. I just already have a long position on in meta, so I'm not racing out the door to find new entries. My hope is that we take out that 628.13 and we can get trending to the next one above. What is that, 633 is above? That's kind of what I'm thinking. But if we reject it again, I mean, I'll factor that into my thought process. I'm trying to trade some crypto. The PW site's not working. Come on, man. This song is actually very addicting to me. It's called Mouthful of Diamonds by Fantagram. I don't know why I'm so addicted to it, but I'm super addicted to it. Thoughts on long holds for Zcash? What's the ticker I'll look up on TradingView to see that? Is it literally Zcash? Oh, that's a strong crypto chart. Which is not the case for most crypto charts. Most crypto charts aren't strong, so the fact that this one is strong is a good sign. I'm typically a Bitcoin or bust guy when it comes to crypto, but I also just don't know much about crypto. So the chart is better than Ethereum, though. I'll tell you that. Yeah, sure, brother. Of course. Yes, setting up a little 1, 2, 3 action. I just it's a skip for right now for me, I think. I got meta on and I'm gonna let that do its thing. Yeah, guys, Take Profit Trader right now has a really awesome sale. I was just reminded about that. Take Profit Trader has a sale where they kind of snuck it in here, but they used to be doing 40% off, no activation fee. Now they've finally ended that 40% off. It is 30% off, no activation fee. But once you pass the eval and get your first payout, they will refund the eval cost. So I like it because it encourages people to take their evals seriously for the potential that they could, get it literally for free if they get refunded. I think it makes sense because, I think that most people don't pass on their first try. And then it's probably like a certain percentage. People don't pass on their first try, and then people don't pass on first try, and then a lot of them, ones who do pass the level to payout, like I'm sure there's a delta between the payouts that makes it work. But they've been around for a minute, so I suspect their math is pretty solid. But I also was like, oh, damn, that seems very trader friendly. It might just be a market share play. Some of these companies will offer a plan to try and kind of take some market share and then pull it back, right? And so I could see Take Profit doing that. Although they've been around for long enough that I don't know if they need a market share play. Take Profit's been around for quite some time. What's your take on traders that say futures is more efficient / harder than stock / stock selection? I think that every trader should be open-minded. Why is it not? Oh, it's shuffling. I don't want it to shuffle. I think every trader should be open-minded to trading both options and futures. I don't think it requires a whole lot of capital available to participate in both. You could have a small options account and a small futures prop account. I think both are very helpful. If you put a gun to my head and said trade one every day, I'd choose futures. If you put a gun to my head and said trade one, pick one to get big winners on for the rest of your life, I'd say options. So really there's benefits to both. They're different, but they're similar enough that you can do both every day and not face giant issues. At least in my opinion, I trade both every day, and I don't struggle to do that from like a logistics perspective, but some might. Same, but different. Exactly. Oh, he's a cool. Let's go, Metacita! Sorry, headphones gang. I actually am sorry. That was not very thoughtful of me. Metacita, una buenísima. One day till Stranger Things. One day till Stranger Things. One day till Stranger Things. I'm so amped. I'm so hyped. Meta is getting nice work here. My metacita. Una meta mentira. Una meta mi amor. Una meta. ES getting nice follow through off that 5-minute 1, 2, 3. You right. You right, MT. You right, Jake. You right. You right. That's actually, although technically, metacita, cita means small in Spanish. So metacita is like small move, small move, small move. Which is not wrong, Meta. This is Basically break even at the moment. I mean, the contracts are up like 20 bucks each, but that's not what we're aiming for. Oh, CRM did do the damn thing. Ron G, nice work. Guys, this was a trade from Ron G today. $200% for Mr. Ron G. Wow, Ron, nice work on that trade. Meta grande.
Rosemary, heaven restores you in life. You're coming with me through the aging, the fearing, the strife. It's the smiling on the package, it's the faces in the sand. It's the thought that moves you upward, embracing me with two hands. Right, we'll take you places, yeah, maybe to the beach. When your friends, they do come crying, tell them now your pleasure set.
Meta, high day, there we go. All right, well, I'm going to close this meta out at 110. Get myself just a 1-to-1. I mean, it ain't nothing special, but I don't want to hold through a high day failure. All right, my friends. Nice work. Oh, great trading day. How'd everybody do today? Between the RTYs, Ron G had that CRM. We had some RTY. We had a little bit of meta. How'd everybody do today? Help me out. Scratch my ego. Tell me we had a good trading day. This isn't for like, oh my God, my stream has been temporarily lost. Yo. Oh my goodness. Will they at least tell me what song it was? My viewers just got cut in half. That's nice. Will they at least tell me what song it was so I can know not to play that one? That was crazy, bro. Fuck. The song was called Back to Kick. I know, Chris, you're fucking literally looking like a goddamn genius right now. That's crazy. It makes sense if they copyright me after the fact. I get that. But I'm here and okay, no, I actually don't understand any of this because I don't have monetization on. I don't have monetization on. So I'm not trying to make money off of any of these streams or any of my YouTube videos ever. I do not have monetization on. So if I don't have monetization on, why am I getting copyrighted? I'm not trying to make money off of the people's music. If anything, I'm giving them free promotion. Granted, do they need my promotion? No, I'm obviously a very small creator, but like I don't understand. And I've been checking my playlist to be making sure that stuff like that doesn't happen. Damn, son. I don't know. Ah. Well, that is truly such a bummer. Anyways, I exited my trade anyway, so that, I mean, perhaps should be a sign to end the stream here. I haven't decided if I'm going to trade or not yet. My parents are going to be here. It's Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I mean, I might be here tomorrow, but I probably won't be here Friday, is what I'm thinking. Man, I like can't even play music right now, I guess. I'm going to play, I know I can play Pictures of You. I've played this song before, and it's... Cure never dies, baby. I'm definitely skipping Friday. Friday's definitely a no trade day for me. My family will be in town. Day after Thanksgiving, market's usually slow. It's just Wednesday that's a decision for me, but I could use some sleep, honestly. Ah, man, I'm so annoyed that the stream got blocked at the end. Anyways, I love you all so much. When was MM15? July of 2024. So it's been a year and a half now. Oh my God. Got blocked again. That song